12-string guitar has twice as many strings, twice as hard to tune, and you make twice as many mistakes. But what a sound. Parallel to Orville Gibson and the development of Gibsons through the early 1900s through into rock and roll, and Leo Fender and Gretsch, there was Adolf Rickenbacker who had also come over from the old country and started Rickenbacker guitars, and very much part of the rock and roll movement evolution of electrifying guitars. He made great pickups, he made great lap steels that are still used today, great little amplifiers. There's a little Rickenbacker amplifier here, and there was a big boom in the folk music in the 70s and playing great big guitars, and Rickenbacker really made their mark when they electrified their 6-string guitar by putting this conglomeration of tuning pegs there and turning basically a 6-string guitar and jamming on 6 more strings without widening the neck, making it quite easy to play if you got small fingers, because you got to jam them in there. The great thing about Rickenbacker is most 12 strings had it's an extra set of strings an octave higher. So here's octave lower, octave higher. They had their low string first. Most guitars, 12 strings, had the high string first. And so there's a famous rock and roll song that uses this stringing thing by playing up, going. You kind of remember that kind of beginning. It just suddenly shocks you. You've never not heard anything like it. So one of these first 12-string guitars was given to George Harrison on the Beatles' trip to New York when they played Ed Sullivan. They took it back. George Harrison used it on Hard Day's Night. Again, it changed the face of rock and roll, just like when he played that Country Gentleman on Ed Sullivan. You give one of these to Jim McGuinn, who's basically playing folk music, and he plugs in this 12-string guitar. Folk rock starts in the middle, late 60s in California and changes rock and roll again. Here's one of my favorite Byrds songs, Turn, Turn, Turn. There's no other sound like it. It's a Rickenbacker 12-string guitar. Thank you, Rickenbacker. I had this custom made for me. I picked it up myself at the factory. It used to be white. It's turned into this beautiful cream-colored guitar. It looks like a hollow, but there's blocks of wood inside to stop the feedback. I love this guitar and use it quite a bit. Has my initial on it. No, it's really a Rickenbacker. Thank you.